Hi, hello, welcome into my channel. My name is Jer, and this is the very first reacting to comments, at least in this year. I've done this before. I really want to get in the habit of doing videos where I answer all the things that y'all talk about. I want to be able to reply and have conversation and engage, but sometimes I ramble, and this is an easier way for me to do that. So this is what we're gonna do going forward, or at least I'm gonna try to. I don't know how consistently these are gonna happen, if this will be a weekly thing, every 2 weeks, a monthly, not sure, we're gonna figure it out. But thank you for engaging and commenting on everything. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna pick the things that I feel like I have the most to talk about, and then as we go, I might bring up different comments to bring up. Also, I am working on better camera quality. I just found a battery to a camera that I thought I lost like 10 years ago. So I'm excited to get back into that. And we'll just jump right into it. This is from Jez. I'm trying to decide which challenge I should do for my next playthrough when I finish this one. Maybe a no spend challenge. Do you plan on making your gameplay more miserable the way that I do? No. I will not be making my Coral Island miserable in any way, shape, or form. I know that a lot of people love, and turn their Ussies inside out for a challenge video. That's not for me. That is not my vibe. And I wish that it was. I wish that I could do more challenge videos, but I just don't like doing them. I don't like doing challenge content. I'm challenged enough as a human being. More power to you for wanting to make everything more complicated for yourself, though. This one is from MC. I don't think I've cried more in an episode of Drag Race. It was also genuine. The contestants and their guests seemed to be honest and real. The season had big shoes to fill since Canada's Drag Race Season 2 also had an amazing makeover as well. Would love to hear your thoughts on comparisons to it. It's been a minute since I've watched that season. I sort of refreshed right before jumping into here and did a little bit of homework. That was the prom episode where they had the queer youths. And I remember being really emotional during that as well, because as a queer young person, there wasn't anything on television for me that would have helped me feel less alone in the world. And I feel like what Canada's Drag Race has always very consistently done is shown us people that have a story to tell. I feel like in regular Drag Race, it's like, well, we're gonna make over the crew, and we're gonna make over some wrestlers, and we're gonna make over some homophobic basketball player. And we're going to just do a challenge. We're not here to tell you a story or pitch you a narrative. The kind of continuing, echoing, ongoing problem that Drag Race is not making content for queer people. They're making content for straight people who kind of like some gay guys and have a lesbian friend at work, but don't really talk about gay stuff, because if we talk about gay stuff, that's just too much and you're putting it into my face. But I want to see a little bit of your gay stuff, and I want to appropriate your culture and take some of your words and use them for myself because I'm straight. That's the vibe that Drag Race is going for, where I feel like Canada's Drag Race is really trying to aim for queer audiences. And that prom storyline was so emotional in the same way that this one was. I feel like I cried so hard because you could see parents and lovers and friends connecting so deeply and emotionally with these queer people that we've come to know from this show. And we get to experience a new level of healing through that. That's what the prom episode did. It allowed people who did not have that experience to get this healing moment, this part of their inner child touched and healed and mended by watching other people now getting to enjoy the shade of the trees that we planted when we were young. Our queer advocacy and our queer loudness, not allowing ourselves to be silenced, allowed another generation to thrive and to have it better than what we did. And I think that's what's beautiful. We get to see that happen on TV. This one is from John Fenn. I love voting for this, but I have to say, Arthur and his rampaging ways were robbed. Robbed, I tell you. I agree, John Fenn. I feel like Arthur going around and trying to take out that fort should have been recognized as one of the most chaotic moments. And I'm upset that it wasn't. This is from Mr. Toffs, who says, I wish they did this in the US. I think of shows like Survivor, where production sometimes sees their favorite go out early. This forces them to produce a better show. 1000% this is the situation. With Drag Race in the US, they've gotten so comfortable producing a show a certain way. It's so formulaic and it's stale. And I think that's what my biggest problem with it is that Drag Race has become sort of, well, They've walked in the room. I already know this person's going to win. It was sort of like there was no question that Jimbo and Sasha were going to win. There was no question in my mind that Blue was going to win because Rue liked them so much. And the way that Rue produces the show sort of just goes the way that she wants it to, not the way that television might naturally progress. And they make decisions that hurt the other contestants. And that's why it's such a combative environment for so many of these queens. That's why so many of them walk out. That's why so many of them have so much to say when their NDA runs out, because they didn't have a good time while they were there. Drag Race should be a fun time, but it's not. By taking power away from the judges, it forces them to reevaluate how they produce the show and maybe give us something better. And that's why I think the Golden Beaver would be more conducive for a good queen experience in the US. Who cares about if production's having a good time? They get paid no matter what. This one is from Dragoneer Warrior from my Coral Island Merfolk video. This was so long ago that I posted this, and I'm glad that someone's commented on it. They say, I want Semeru to choke me. I want him to full throttle me. And I would say thank you. He has no business being as hot as he is. This last one is from Fatal Fit, who simply says, okay. I don't know why it took me out. You know when you tell your mom, I'm gonna do this thing, and they reply K? Normally, K or OK feel super passive aggressive, but you just don't know what the tone is. That's what this felt like to me, and I still don't know what the tone is. And it made me laugh. Thank you for engaging with my content. I had a right giggle about it. Okay. Thank you for watching this, first reacting to comments. Please keep leaving them, and hopefully I can keep making these. Hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Goodbye.